Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Eric Brown with Daily Manna for your soul. Happy Wednesday to you. I pray the Lord is blessing you real good right now. Look, just want to bring you a word of encouragement, something to help you along your way. And today, that word is the blessing is in the challenge. One of my favorite TV game shows is the game called Jeopardy. Very popular show. Everybody's seen it. And one of the unique things about Jeopardy is that they give you the answers, but your responses must be in the form of a question. If you don't respond in the form of a question, your answer is not correct. And that reminds me about God. That God gives us blessings, but along with the blessings that God gives us, they come with a challenge in order to be able to receive them. And if we don't accept that challenge and respond in faith, well then we won't be able to get that promise. Oh, but I'm here to tell you, when you respond to the challenges that God put in front of you in order to receive the promises, I'm here to tell you God is going to bless you real good right now. Look, I'm reminded of the prophet Elijah over there in 1 Samuel chapter 17. God has been sustaining him by the brook, and the ravens have been feeding him, bringing him meat, and he has been eating well during the time of famine. But God dries up that brook, and God tells him to move on and go down to Zarephath, because there he will find the woman, the widow woman that God has prepared to sustain him throughout the famine. And Elijah gets up, and I'm sure that he's trusting God and believing God. And you know how it is when you're going to the unknown in God. Sometimes your imagination can run wild. And I can see him now imagining that God has got this great, rich, and powerful widow that is just there, just waiting to be a benefactor to his ministry, to help sustain him during this time of famine. Oh, he just can't wait to get there. But when he gets there and God directs him to the widow that's going to sustain him, that God has provided, he sees she's a poor widow. She's a poor. You ever heard the saying that somebody's so poor they barely got two sticks to rub together? Well, that was her, because she was out there looking for some sticks to rub together to make a fire. And she was poor and looked like she had nothing. She had nothing to offer, but that's who God had provided. Because look, God wanted to bless her, but before he could bless her, he had to present a challenge to her. I want you to watch this. And so Elijah got the woman's attention, and he asked her for a cup of water. And she went to get the cup of water. And as she was going to get the cup of water and bringing it back to him, he asked her now not only for a cup of water, but can you bake me a cake? And I know that woman had to be thinking, what about me looks like I'm gonna bake this man a cake? And she began to tell him though that she really had nothing to offer. She had a little bit of oil and a little bit of meal, and she was gonna take these sticks, go home, make a fire, and she was gonna bake a small cake for her and her son. And after they ate that cake, they were gonna prepare to lay down and die. But Elijah let her know that you don't have to die, because God has sent me here to tell you and to tell you that he wants to bless you. But he's presented you with this challenge. Will you bake me a cake? Now, how you respond is going to make all the difference. Will you bake me a cake first and give it unto me? And I believe with all my heart that God's going to do just what he said, and he's going to provide for you all through this famine. Oh, can I tell you, that woman accepted the challenge, and she responded in faith, because she surely went home and she baked that prophet a little cake. And when she came back, she saw she had enough meal and enough oil to bake her and her son a cake. But when she got done with that meal and that oil, she still had oil and meal left, and she kept on baking cakes for her son, and the prophet, and she kept on being sustained. And everybody she baked the cake for, she never ran out. She always had enough oil. She always had enough meal to make another cake. I'm here to tell you, God did just what he said. He sustained her all through the famine. As long as there was famine, she had oil and meal, miraculously sustained by God, because God wanted to bless her, and God did bless her. God wanted to bless her, but she had to accept the challenge. And when she accepted the challenge, oh, I'm here to tell you right now, when she accepted the challenge and responded by faith, God did just what he said. Well, I want to encourage somebody today and let you know that God is going to do for you just what he says. God wants to bless you, but will you accept the challenge, and will you walk by faith and not by sight? Will you accept the challenge and understand that it takes faith to please God? Will you accept the challenge and know that when you accept that challenge and you walk by faith and trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding, he will direct your path, and your path is going to lead to victory. Look, I want you to be encouraged today, knowing that God's got you. God's going to take care of you. The blessing is in the challenge. Will you accept the challenge by faith? I believe you will, and you're going to see what God will do for you. Look, you have an awesome day. You be blessed of the Lord. Peace.